Alrighty, the Leo has been buffed. Yep, they put some more shells in the darn thing, so it's kind of like it sort of frags things, I would say is the best description. Now, on a number of levels, it's an interesting buff. So you could say it makes it OP and this and that and the other. And if you look at the nerf on the KV1, that certainly helped. So you've got a very quick tank that can do sides and butts, and the heaviest tank in its tier pretty much with weak sides. On the other hand, you could say, and this is the most relevant point I'm going to make in this video, wait for it ladies and gents, I'm going to make a relevant point in a minute, as I spot up and bail like a mother bother, because they're all there and my team is still on spawn. No, the point is you've got to unload the clip. So even though you've got more shells going on, and I think when I've hit things side on, full clip, every shell, I'm dumping about 300 alpha. I mean 260 to 300 alpha and something. You've got to be situationally in the place where you can do that damage. And the Leo is one of the worst played tanks in the game. If you play enough tier 5, you just see people driving these things and they get the spotting bit, don't get me wrong, and then they die. I mean, they spot, you can't fault them, but they haven't learnt to bugger off once they're spotted in a light tank. And if you're trading frontally with this gun, it doesn't matter how many shells are in it, you're going to be screwed. Where you need to be is behind things. So this is the first game I literally played in the buff tank, and yeah, I'm bullying a biscuit, but I was just interested to see the damage in the clip, and it's not bad. I mean, in the end, I kind of get frustrated and ramming, but it's not bad. But the biscuits of this world are not really your problem in this tank. KV1s are. So I emptied a clip into the KV1. And because I'm tank testing this for you people, I haven't loaded APCR. If I wanted to pen, I probably would have just spanked a load of Pramo. I wanted to actually try and, at a safe distance because I don't want to die, put a clip into a KV1, see what will happen. And the answer is, unless it's the side or the arse, you're going to do about 63 damage. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 shells, doesn't matter. They each hit for 63. Firing into the front something heavy, you can forget about it. So the tanks on the battlefield you need to worry about are those tanks that are frontally strong, T1 heavies and KV1s and T14s and stuff like that. Everything else, no, you're fine frontally, but you've got to move this tank around, you really have. And by the way, if you look at the beginning of the game, the way I cut through the middle of the map, I knew someone was camping back here, that's why I've gone looking. And that's fine, but the same rules apply. I'm not going to go into a trade frontally with this thing. I'm going to just dip up, frag him, and frag is the word, wait for a full reload, let the team hit him, because all I'm doing is sitting on a ridge and spotting, and then I'll give him a full clip in the side, and there you go. If you look at the clip I just gave that boy in the side, it makes the Leo look OP, and it really isn't. It's not an OP tank, it's a tank that you need to learn to play. So if you look at that, the best thing about this game is all of the spotting. Effectively I spotted the whole enemy team bar one. I naffed off, went around the back, shot him in the butt. And that's kind of how you've got to play this team. And I put the tank, whichever. Anyhow, I put the second game on, which Copperfield, or it's a poor map at any tier. And this is what I'm saying about the tank. So I'm going to push out here. Apologies to the Crusader. He's very keen. He's a very keen boy. I'm going to cut down here into the middle in my light tank. And obviously, you know, the dream is that they all go right and you can spank them in the side. But I don't think they're going to do that. I actually looked at their team. I think they're coming up here. So again, I'm going to spot up. And this is the thing with this tank. By all means, do what I'm doing, like spot up. But what I'm saying to you is that once you've done this, when it gets hot, or you start getting KV1s or heavy tanks pointing at you, you need to leave. And that PZ down there is worrying the hell out of me already, because I'm not going through that kid frontally. No way on earth. Look at the Strav. I can hear him, but at the end of the clip I'm already pulling back. The additional shells in the clip are pretty much superfluous. And what I mean by that is you've got to expose the entire tank to knock those shells out. And effectively those extra seconds where you're poking are the extra seconds where you get nailed. And you can see by the time I'm down to the last 4 shells, I'm already pulling back into cover. Those last 4 shells are the last 4 shells that will get you wrecked. And that's the trouble with the buff. The last 4 shells, 5 shells, whatever, whilst you're still poking and being greedy, are the ones that will wreck you. So what I'm saying to you is effectively it's situational. If you can empty an entire clip into the side of a tank, do it. If you're poking out, don't be afraid of pulling back in and just, there you go, just not getting greedy with life. Now that's the front of a KV1, and watch what I'm going to do. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. Maybe I could load APCR. I'm not a Pramo spanker. I want to make some money. I'm not even going to do that. All I'm going to do is bugger off. I've taken the KV1 out of the game. The PZ's going to miss me. I've wasted them in terms of their DPM, their ability to influence this battle. They're gone. They're out of the game. No worries at all. And all I'm going to do is flank round. And that's what you can do in a light tank. You've got the camo, you've got the mobility. It's not all about YOLOing into the enemy, dying early, emptying a full clip into someone. It's kind of about playing like this. And look, 223 in the side of a KV1. If I'd stayed up on that ridge and tried to contest frontally with that kid, I'm dead. And the team from here are just apples. We're going to be fine. So there you go. There's a lot of food for thought, I guess, in what I've talked about. Don't YOLO Leo. Don't be greedy with the clip. It's a really strong tank now. Tier 5's been sort of nerfed around it outside of the T1. If you play it sensibly, you're going to be absolutely fine. It's a great tank. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See ya. Bye.